Good afternoon from Roe Park, Cardiff, which will be the venue of the 57th Baseball International between Wales and England for the Gladstone Rose Bowl Trophy. Wales lead by 40 victories to England's 15, with one game abandoned in a series that began way back in 1908 at the Harlequins ground in Newport Road, Cardiff. England are very much the underdogs here today, and the Welsh victory by an innings at Liverpool last season was their 7th in the last 8 years. Wales make 3 changes from the side that won last year, with number 8 Mike Fleming of Caira Ely making his debut at the age of 32. Captain Steve Haynes is the most experienced player and wins his 10th cap today. The side contains 6 Glamorgan and 5 Gwent players. England also make 3 changes from last year, but their side looks a bit long in the tooth, with 7 of the side having played in the 1960s. The Breckside Liverpool club supplies 5 players, including new caps Carl Hughes and Stephen Henney, and their most capped player is Bobby Davin, who wins his 18th cap today. Wales certainly start as the hot favourites, with John Smith and backstop Ivor Hughes as usual their trump cards, but England having Geoffrey Lynch, the bowler who sensationally dismissed Wales for 12 in 1979. Wales opening the batting. The referee today is Tony Jenkins of Newport, who makes his international debut. Tony in his 5th season, and he appeared in the 1981 Brewers final. The first Welsh batsman, Alan Harrison from Newport, and he'll face the bowling of Geoffrey Lynch, the very fine Englishman from Anfield Old Boys. Lynch, quite a tall man, preparing to bowl the first ball, wearing the number 10 jersey. Alan Harrison receiving, and the first ball was a good ball, in fact. It was straight down the middle, straight down the pegs, and Alan Harrison let that one go, but of course 2 goods and you're out. Bad ball this time, lower than his knee. Bad ball, and the first run of the game was an extra. 2 bads make 1 extra, so Wales with 1 run on the board. Harrison putting it away safely enough and making 2 base. 2 runs to Alan Harrison to open the account for the first batsman of the innings. Wales 3 for naught. John Smith needing 11 runs to become the 2nd highest ever Welsh scorer. Strikes it away, he won't get his 11 runs, he's caught by the captain John Halliday. Very good scalp for England. John Halliday, the captain. John Smith out, and certainly one of the finest Welsh batsmen of the last few years. Well, that's a shot from John straight to free base, and a very easy catch for the England captain John Halliday. And the next Welsh batsman, Alan Bright, the left-hander from Newport, who hasn't scored in fact in his last 3 innings for Wales, so a big shout from the Newport contingent if he does get away this time. Alan hits it well enough, he's got the run he wanted, but he want a little bit more than that. Throw from the deep to Bobby Davin. 2 runs to Alan Bright. Tony Jenkins of Newport, seen for the 2nd time on television. Murphy punches it quite nicely through the field, but a misfielding. A lot of English cover there though, and the fielder is the tall boy Stephen Henney, his debut. 2 more runs though to the Welsh batsman, to Tony Murphy. Wales recovering after losing John Smith early on. Richards facing Lynch, tapping it in the style that John Roberts used to play for Grange Albion, still does in fact. And Richards trots around quite easily to 2 base. Playing very sensible baseball this season, Martin Richards. Fleming has a good look around, takes his first ball in international baseball, and it's a good ball. Beautiful ball by Lynch. Well, that certainly wasn't the first ball that Fleming would like to have received. Will the second be good? It's not bad, it's good enough. I thought for one moment he'd gone. He has gone, in fact. Bobby Davin on one base. Now, it looked as if he might have been struck out for a moment. It wasn't a good ball. And poor Mike Fleming, who received the good ball early on, really made a bit of a mess of that one. And Rice's throw to first base beat him, and Bobby Davin was there to base him out.
14 for 2.
Still a useful start by England. David Richards from Cairo follows his brother Martin. The first really big hit of the game. Richards can fly around. Here comes Freddie Price, the left-hander, after it. Richards is flying on his way to free. He may be cheeky enough for 4, but no. The caller said 3, and 3 it was for David Richards. Good start for him. Very good all-rounder. Paul Gardner receiving and edging quite nicely. He plays that shot quite well. I think he's got it away to the brook at Roe Park. No, it comes back seemingly off a tree. Gardner, not a fast mover, but he gets a very good free as the throw comes back to Neil Rice, the backstop. 3 runs to Paul Gardner.
Wales first innings 20 for 2.
Alan Harrison receiving and hitting. Not quite where he wanted to. Halliday with a throw. Davin can't take it. It wasn't a good throw. Harrison is off, and the English field is there, but Harrison bakes it away to free base. A little bit of untidy fielding that time by John Halliday, the captain. And Alan Harrison took it full advantage. 3 runs to him. The Welsh score moving along quite nicely now. It's big chap Lynch getting into the box and in his stride. That was a good. Haynes took it well enough. To the outfield, the tall fielder Stephen Henney, but Haynes picks up 2 more runs. Great accumulator of runs, especially in international baseball. Ivor Hughes, who also started the same as Haynes, on 93, started the game 17 runs short of his 100. Many people make the 100 in international baseball. Here's another cool customer from Lanrumney, Hughes. Very good ball, and adjudged in fact to be a good, as Hughes had to jump off the pegs. Very useful, almost unplayable ball. Another good ball. Hughes hits it high. Is this a catch? Halliday comes for it from 1. Oh, he missed it. Never looked like taking it, in fact. His feet seemed to go away from him, and he lost it somewhere. Well, I'm afraid that's the sort of catch you've got to take against people like Ivor Hughes, Steve Haynes, John Smith. Catches certainly win matches at baseball, and John Halliday knows he should have taken that one. Big Neil Rice, very experienced man. No relation, funnily enough, of Arthur Rice, the famous player. Martin Richards didn't quite get hold of it. Misfielded and out, in fact, because the bases were loaded. Martin Richards couldn't get around to first base. Welshman on 1, 2 and 3, and poor Martin Richards just couldn't get away. So that's the 3rd Welshman out. Wales with one of them having to get home, and someone having to move off 1 base as David Richards hits it high again. Here's Freddie Price with the catch. Oh, he's dropped it. Oh dear, he's dropped it. And that really was, well, he knows it was a catch you must take at international level, really in Premier level even.
Wales up to the 2nd round, 35 for 3.
Alan Harrison takes a good look around. Jeff Lynch can't seem to get his foot in quite right. Harrison strikes it well. Freddie Price is the fielder, but he won't stop that. In fact, how good is Fred's throw? Well, I don't think it'll be quite good enough, because Harrison is on his way, sprinting very hard. And as Paul Gardner makes 4 base, Harrison follows him and dashes past. 4 runs, the first home run, in fact, of the innings to Alan Harrison. Lynch times balls are very useful balls indeed. Hughes hits it straight back. It should be out. Lynch fumbles. In fact, Haynes is still at 1 base, and Hughes is out. Steve Haynes having stuck on 1 base, rightly or wrongly. But in fact, Ivor Hughes really thought from the moment he hit it or mishit it that Jeff Lynch would certainly get him out. He fumbled, but Haynes never left 1 base, so Hughes just could make no progress at all. Alan Bright. Receiving, brother Bobby also played for Wales. Good shot by Alan. No, it's not. It's straight to John Clark. And this time it is an English catch. Alan Bright punching that one high to the off. Seemed to hit it well. And he's out for 3 to the catch by John Clark, taken nicely above his head. Collins hit in and struck out, I think. Yes, he was. Good ball from Lynch. Collins had to go for it, really. Almost tried to avoid being hit and was out, struck out, in fact. Burley Paul Gardner receiving. Good ball, first ball from Jeff Lynch. Now, Lynch is just about getting into the groove now. I think his fielders let him down a bit early on. Gardner has a go at that, punches it high. Is it a fielder? There is. It's out to the youngster, Stephen Henney of Breckside. And that's his first catch in international baseball. Well, Jeff Lynch can be termed as unlucky, really, so far in the innings. Not a lot of backup from his fielders. Fine action. Murphy hits it high. And flying away for 2. On his way to 3. And looking for 4, Tony Murphy. The second 4 for Wales. Alan Harrison had the first. Tony Murphy, also from Newport, gets the second. Lynch to Harrison. Harrison seemed to hit it and given out bowled, in fact. Didn't quite know what had happened, I don't think, Alan Harrison, but out for 13, so it was unlucky for him. But nevertheless, a good innings by Alan Harrison, the highest so far today.
Wales 61 for 8.
Steve Haynes, who certainly will never quit, hit in high and over Jeff Lynch's hand, straight to 2 base. Haynes will have to go hard, he won't make it. Bobby Davin gets her, and that was a strange way of being out, in fact. Haynes is out-based, but he hit it firmly. Jeff Lynch couldn't take the return catch. Freddie Price was there on 2, and his return to Bobby Davin on 1 base was quick enough to get a determined Haynes out, but another good innings by the Welsh captain. 3 men left. Tony Murphy hitting high. This could be a catch for John Halliday, the unlucky Halliday, really. He takes it, and the flying Richards is home. Tony Murphy out for 10.
Wales 61 for 10.
So the last Welshman home is David Richards, who's at 8 at the moment. He's got to get all the way. He hits it high. It could be a catch. It's dropped, in fact. Richards travelling hard. It's got to go down by Neil Rice, the backstop. In fact, Richards makes 2 runs. He's out. They're all out. 62 in the first Welsh innings, and England would certainly be looking for somewhere over 50, and it's a while now since they've scored 100 in an innings. Price towing the peg with his right foot. John Smith gets steady and opens with a bad ball right over the head of Freddie Price. John's had a little bit of back trouble lately, but I'm sure he'll have got over that today. Price, a good ball, he took it well, he hit it well. Difficult bit of fielding for the new cap, Michael Fleming, and Price starts well with a 2. Good start for him, a very experienced player in his 15th cap today. Neil Rice waiting and taking a good ball. John Smith, the Landrumney bowler. His feet right. In with another good and out, I would say. 2 goods and out. It is. He made no effort at all, Neil Rice. And really, I just couldn't understand that at all. 2 goods, straight down the middle. Just in the right place. And Neil Rice, I don't know if he's disgusted with himself or the referee, but it was, well, a poor effort by him. Tony Jenkins performing adequately again today. Smith to Jervis. Jervis strikes and is clean bowled. Ivor Hughes, the Landrumney colleague of John Smith, right on top of him there. Hughes, a very smart backstop who's been seen so many times. And that was another pretty useful piece of backstopping. Is the first of the 2 English new caps, 1918 indeed, years old. Carl Hughes of Breckside. He played over here 2 years ago with the Liverpool schools. First cap to him. He's in John Smith, and receiving a very good ball straight away. Very unnerving for the youngster. And Smith does this so well. Smith gets the first ball in as a good one very quickly. Hughes haven't quite got adjusted to the pace, no doubt. Now, will it be two goods? It's a good ball. Hughes flashes, misses, and Hughes was right on top of him. Another Hughes, Ivor Hughes, touching out Carl Hughes. So again, this Smith-Hughes partnership working. And the end, sadly, for young Carl Hughes.
England first innings, 5 for 3.
Bobby Davin, a very good batsman through the years. 18th cap, with Ivor Hughes right on top of him. Davin strikes at it, gets nowhere in fact. The man was on one base, Henny, and there's nothing Bobby Davin can do. It was a bad shot, but a good ball. There are appeals at the moment that Bobby Davin still hasn't gone off. Bobby Davin, who was out and now is standing far too near the play, really. Gary Gall having received one good. John Smith has a good look at him. Hits it high. Is it a catch? A brilliant one by Alan Harrison! And it's Alan Bright, in fact, out there from Alexandra. What a brilliant diving catch, and easily the best we've seen so far. Really, the odds were against him taking that, as Gall hit high and strongly, and Bright somersaulted there to take a catch towards his left. Smith to John Clark. That looked a good ball, yes it was. He didn't like it, but I thought it was neck high and not over his eyes, as he was suggesting. Very strongly suggesting. It looked about neck height, in fact. Smith adjusted to the height of the batsmen that come in pretty quickly. Clark swiped at a bad ball that time, and it was really a swipe, I think you could call it, and Ivor Hughes took it very easily. John Clark out for a duck. In fact, he had a duck on his debut in 1966 at Currans. Ivor Hughes, again with that fine piece of taking.
England 6 for 6.
Well, England in a lot of trouble as we get to the number 10 batsman. John Smith, the man who's done it all, of course. 10th batsman is the bowler, Jeff Lynch, from Anfield, who is no mean batsman at all. Oh, but he's gone, clean bowled. Struck at the first good. If it was good, it was about eye height, I would have thought. Flashed at it.
England up to the second round, 16 for 7.
Well, a bit better news for England. Not too good, of course. Freddie Price hits high. It could be a diving catch. It isn't. It's beaten Tony Murphy and could give the first home run for England, in fact. Freddie Price on his way to 3. He'll make it for 4. Freddie Price gets away. The man who made his highest score with 16 in 1979 and in 1966, but 4 runs there to Freddie Price, taking him to 8. England needing 10 runs to avoid the follow-on, and John Halliday getting a few of those. One certainly. Will he go for 2? No. The call from John Clark said don't go, and it was a right one as the throw went to Paul Gardner. It's Alan Harrison on one base. 24 for 7, and John Halliday having made one base safely. Well, here's a change of bowling for Wales, which I think, though it's a low score, is justified because John Smith just lost his edge there in the last round, and this man Paul Gardner is a very experienced player indeed. Paul's father won 9 caps, Harry from 1929 to 37. This is Paul's 5th today. So into round 5, and Freddie Price receiving. Gardner not quite in his rhythm yet. Big man, been out of action a bit lately with injury. Looks fit enough today. Price hitting a good ball and hitting it well stopped by Fleming. And a rebound, which is picked up by Murphy. But again, 2 more runs to Fred Price, and this is a fine performance. England avoiding the follow-on, in fact, with those 2 runs. The Smallest man in the game, probably Joey Hyam. With Hughes, the backstop there, and taking it, and out goes Hyam, the first victim for Paul Gardner. Hyam tried to flick it on the leg side, it seemed, but Ivor Hughes was quick around there. Hasn't played with Paul Gardner too many times, but it was a nice take. Well, Wales have John Smith dropping off to base for the shot that Henny's played twice. He doesn't this time, though. He hits it well to the off. In fact, there wasn't a fielder there. He's caught them out. And good shot by Henny. The lad's moving quite well. He could even take 4. He will take 4. Good 4 runs for Steve Henny, which improves the England total considerably. Very good shot on the off when Wales 40 was hit into leg. Now captain John Halliday keeps looking for the leg shot and then have a little glance on the off. That's the place he's going to hit it, I think, the off. He hasn't once played it on the leg. This is the off again, high. Martin Richards going back, no chance of a catch. Although Halliday isn't the fastest man around, he'll make 3 at least. How good is the Richards throw? Here it comes, Halliday on his way to 4. No, the throw not quite good enough. 4 runs to John Halliday, 4 good runs for the England captain. John Smith to Fred Price. Oh, clean bowled. Good ball. And out for 14. Too short of his highest ever in internationals, but a good innings by Freddie Price.
England first innings 51 for 9, chasing Wales first innings total 62.
Now here's the situation that John Smith loves. Skipper Halliday facing, Henny's on 2 base, there's no one else home. He's got to hit it. He does. Now can Henny get home? Yes, he will do, because it's beaten the field. Murphy, the man, chasing through the crowd, but Halliday's on his way for another 4. No, 3 runs. His caller says, come on. Now, did he continue to make progress? Yes, says referee Jenkins. 4 runs to Halliday for the 2nd time and 15 to him overall. Henny receiving and bowled. Well, he has a go, but it's no chance at all. Hughes' left-handed throw pitched over him to Alan Harrison at 1 base. And Steve Henny is out, 16 on his debut. The end of him, and a very good innings. Very good innings. And again, Ivor Hughes, the left-hander backstop, catching it neatly and then pitching it over the runner. So it's John Halliday, the captain. Must hit a 4, but he's gone for 2 4s. In fact, the last 2 strikes against Smith and Gardner. Can he do it again? Well, he's clean bowled. Good ball. And the end of John Halliday, a captain's innings of 15, which really makes up in some ways for the 2 catches he dropped. Wales with a lead of 4 on the 1st innings. Nothing in the game at all at the moment. All on the 2nd innings. Linju's had a fine season, I'm told, in Liverpool. Harrison takes first ball. The field is there. John Jervis' throw is wild, and Harrison has his run. Martin Richards, the younger of the 2 brothers, 20 years of age. Martin made 3 in last year's international. Oh, a caught! Brilliant catch! Brilliant catch by John Jervis. That was a fine bit of fielding. Good shot by Richards off the middle of the bat. Jervis took it 2 hands above his head. Very good catch indeed. I was wondering whether it was worth having the close fielder, but it certainly was when you can catch balls like that. Mike Fleming needs to score badly. Mike Fleming on his debut. Rugby player at fullback for Caira. Out for a duck in the 1st innings. Hits it high, could he be gone? John Clark comes for it, catches it, 2 ducks. A pair for Michael Fleming. A sad international for him. David Richards, product of the Glanely School in Cardiff. He could be out, he knows he is. In fact, almost 2 men. A strange situation. Richards didn't bother in the end. Perhaps he should have. It almost brought the downfall of Kevin Collins on 2 base. Collins still there. Jeff Lynch just not quite fielding cleanly, but the end of David Richards. Ivor Hughes, a very good batsman. Backstop. Hits it well this time. That's high. It's over. Now bounces through the crowd. Not sure if he quite got hold of it, perhaps a bit higher than he intended, but he's going to get 4 runs, Ivor Hughes. The fielder is a long, long way off, and that's very good runs for Ivor Hughes.
Wales second innings, 31 for 3, putting them 35 runs in front.
Well, now Jeff Lynch must get amongst the Welsh this round. Another good round by Wales would push them a little bit away. Lynch gets himself ready. Harrison hits strongly, and in fact he's beaten the field. He's quite quick, and I would back him for 4 here. Henny's got a good arm. Will he go for the 4th? Yes, he will. How good is the throw? Not a bad one, but Harrison would have been away to a 5th base probably as well if there'd been one. 4 more good runs to Alan Harrison. Ivor Hughes again, hitting hard, high, and that looks to be 4 because Hughes can motor certainly around the bases. Beautiful balance and speed of a footballer, and off he goes for another 4. Very well hit runs. Very deceptive player, Ivor Hughes. Thought of mostly as a backstop, but a very strong batsman. Freddie Price then for the first time to Tony Murphy. Tony to the close field. Now that could be out. Is it? Yes, it is. John Jervis, the fielder. No, given. I thought for one moment the referee said out. Yes, he has given out. England completely misjudged this Welsh accent, I suppose. And the horrified Jeff Lynch, in fact, says, "I'm very, very sorry. I thought you said not out." Completely misjudged Jeff Lynch because the referee had clearly given out. And apologies from John Halliday as well.
Wales 51 for 4.
John Smith, who's 1 run off the 3rd place of Jackie Thompson all time. Now, could he be out? He's hit it high. There's a fielder there, and he's out. Caught by Joey Hyam, and John Smith stays in 4th place in the all-time Welsh scorers, punching it high to the off. But little Joey Hyam was there and took that punch very confidently. John Smith out, stays on 118. Steve Haynes, 2 runs would be, oh, and he's hit it up. 2 runs he wants for his 100. It's out, caught by Bobby Davin, so he doesn't make it either. Bobby Davin stepping forward, very simple catch at free base, if any of them are simple. And Steve Haynes is out. And Freddie Price is starting a little bit of a collapse now. Alan Bright having his best international for a few years. Alan Bright has a chance for Neil Rice to get him, and he's out. A miss-hit, it bounced on the pegs. Alan Bright just couldn't make it. Must have known in his heart he couldn't make it. Neil Rice's throw to Jeff Lynch beat him to 1st base. So there goes another one.
Wales 53 for 7.
Well, Jeff Lynch shouting his instructions, and he's every reason to be a little bit angry with the field. They put 3 or 4 catches down. Gardner hitting high. Is that a catch? It's beaten the field. Clark was in. Gardner will get 4. At least I will say that he may well get home to 4. He's not really that swift, but is he going? Yes, he is. After 13, Paul Gardner. That's his best innings for Wales. In fact, it equals his best innings. In 1978, he also made 13. Now, can Ivor Hughes join the elite band of 9 players who've made centuries for Wales? Bad ball. Lynch bowls with a very teasing ball that's only just bad, and sometimes you'll have to go for it. Hughes did, he's out, and he doesn't make the century in international baseball, and it's really a sad one for him, as it was for Steve Haynes. First mistake of the game, really, by Ivor Hughes. Kevin Collins, he's out bowled, and Lynch is really so happy about that one. Neil Rice has performed well at backstop today. That was probably one of the easier ones for him. Collins going for the off shot and never making it. Paul Gardner on 13 at the moment. Striking it well. In fact, he's got to go a long way to get Alan Harrison home. Can Harrison make it? I don't think he will. This could be out. It is. 2 for Gardner. In fact, 1 for Gardner. And all out. The second Welsh innings produced 71 runs, which means that England now needs 76 to win in the increase in rain at the moment. Here's the man who got through the first English batsman quite well in the first innings, John Smith. Now can he do it again? He's had some fine performances against England, but it's Freddie Price, the opener, and Fred had a good start with 14 in the first innings. This is the man John Smith will want. It's an opening with a bad ball. Freddie Price had a very good game for England so far.
One good.
Teasing ball, almost went for it, and a good ball.
One good.
Freddie Price said, "Pardon, I'm deaf." I think he heard though. It was a good ball. Smith to Price. And it's 2 goods and out. It was a very good ball, that one, and it was really unplayable. I'm afraid no good Fred saying that. It was an even better ball than the first one. What a superb effort as Freddie Price just couldn't move. The ball was so close to him, the left-hander could do nothing at all. 2 goods and out. Smith to Rice, 1 good gone. That was a good one as well, but Rice put it away. Just stopped by a diving Martin Richards. 2 for Big Neil Rice, the man who made 18 in 1974 at Geskeen in Cardiff.
England's second innings, 2 for 1.
John Jervis facing, hits high, there's a fielder, it's Martin Richards with a fine catch. What an excellent little fieldsman he is. And it's 2 ducks for John Jervis, the chairman of the English Baseball Association. Not been a great day for him. Jervis hit it high to the off, Martin Richards moving to his right, caught it very nicely two-handed. He is really a fine outfielder. Smith to Hyam. Flicks it away, good shot, beats David Richards. Alan Bright covering as well. Will it be the right-hand throw of Richards or the left-hand? It's Richards, in fact, and 2 runs to Joey Hyam.
2 runs.
Good start for the Electric Supply baseballer, Carl Hughes. He's got to have a bit of nerve to face John Smith now, at 18 years of age. Hits high. Will it be out? No, it seems to have beaten Paul Gardner. It has. He gets his first runs in international baseball, nearly trips up, but makes it to 2 base. And it's a very popular one with the English spectators and the rest of the team, in fact. 2 runs for young Carl Hughes. Ball just getting a bit wet for John Smith now. Not so easy to handle. Chance for the batsman. Henny swipes at that one indeed. High up, funny sort of shot, but he's got it away for 4. It looks as if it's away and into the brook at Roe Park, and it's 4 runs to this player who really is having a wonderful debut for England and putting his side right back in the game. This is the English first baseman who failed to score, in fact, in the first innings. Been around for a long time, hits it high. Is it a chance for a Welsh catch? Tony Murphy misses it. England badly needed that life because Bobby Davin takes 3 runs for it. And that was a bad one for Wales. Not easy in the drizzle, but Tony Murphy couldn't quite get to that one. Davin punched Smith high. Murphy had to stoop away to his right. It was a difficult catch, but one that needs to be taken in internationals. Little Gary Gull, no, he didn't score in the first innings, but he is a very good batsman. And he's gone again. A pair for Gary Gull, his worst international by far. Clean bowled by John Smith. That's a good man to go, and Ivor Hughes again, right on top of the bat. He stands so close, and that's how you break your fingers as well. John Clark of St Margaret's failed to score in the first innings. Fails to score in the second. Clean bowled. 2 in 2 balls. Bad game for John Clark. Pair for him. Well, John Smith getting through them again.
England 16 for 4, still requiring 60 runs to win.
Jeff Lynch, the English bowler, facing John Smith, the Welsh bowler, hit it well, very confidently. Mike Fleming can't stop it in the drizzle and making it hard on the fielder. Jeff Lynch sprinting hard, looking for 3 and getting 3 runs. Important runs for England, those, by Geoffrey Lynch. He's always been a useful batsman. Worked hard today. One wonders whether Wales will have a change of bowling shortly, but John Smith far from finished yet. Bobby Davin cracks at it, misses it, and Smith strikes again. The Smith-Hughes partnership. This man's had a fine game, missed absolutely nothing in the field, and unfortunately didn't quite make his 100 runs, but there's Bobby Davin. Must be miserable. Certainly didn't want to go then. John Halliday, formerly with Anfield Old Boys when he started his international career.
Bad. Come on, Jono. Ball him out, come on.
Well, there's been a bit of trouble with the front of the box with Smith and Gardner, mostly, not so much with Lynch and Price, the English bowlers. Now it's Halliday receiving from Smith, trying to tuck it away, never really had a chance. Hughes to Harrison, out by a good way, Halliday. Hughes with that beautiful left-arm throw that pitches over and round the batsman as he runs in what's a hopeless task. He really has the throw to one base, off to a tee.
England 39 for 6.
Come on, Paul, we've got a strike now, come on.
Drizzle continues, but the English innings still holding. Neil Rice is out. That's a good one for Wales. Neil Rice struck out. Sort of half-hearted shot, really, and Paul Gardner getting his first victim of the second innings. And I think that hurt him. Wales need another victim. Hughes puts it away. It's high, but it's all right. Martin Richards coming for it. And young Hughes will, I think, take a cheeky 3. He does, in fact. Well run indeed by the newcomer. 3 more runs to Carl Hughes for the second time. Takes his total on to 9.
England 45 for 7, still requiring 31 runs.
Well, the best performance by England for 3 years. And the 2 new caps have done it, really, in this innings. Here's Henny with his partner Hughes on free base, and there he is. The 2 newcomers proved a great success. Surely see more of them. Henny hits again very powerfully. What a good shot. That's beaten the field. David Richards coming for it. Can he get the throw home before Henny leaves free base? Will he chance it? Yes, the youngster will. And he makes it and deserves it as well, and all the applause he gets. Good baseball from Stephen Henny. Outstanding game for him. Now Wales have a change of bowling again. So what must be the final fling for John Smith to come back for Paul Gardner. I think a wise move at this stage.
Together, inside. That didn't go round, that's the way.
John Smith to Jeff Lynch. Hits it high, that could be... No, I think it's going to fall away from Steve Haynes, it has. And Jeff Lynch gets away with not too clever a shot and limps his way onto 2 base. Well, England need all the luck they can get at this moment. Hughes tucks it away. No, it's wide again in the Welsh field, and this is good runs again for England, and really confident runs by Hughes. The 2 Englishmen flying around the bases, and Hughes making it to 3 again. Almost going to have a cheeky 4, but settles for a very good 3. Well, though England need only 20 to win, still this experienced Welsh side in with a chance. Henny hits high. That's a very good shot by Henny. Once again, That could be 4. David Richards flying after it, into the crowd underneath us. And he goes home for 4. No, he doesn't. He stays at 3. I think his captain was wrong there. He should have made 4. And that was a wasted run, perhaps, by the caller.
England 59 for 7.
So 17 to get. Jeff Lynch with an injured left ankle. Won't stop him hitting the ball.
Bad.
One of the best finishes in a Wales-England game for some years. 17 to get, 4 to get them. Jeff Lynch nearly bowled. 1 good, in fact. Unplayable ball. John Smith needs to fire the ball in, I think, very close to Lynch. Again, Lynch hits it high, confidently. Alan Bright's there for the catch, possibly. It would be a great one. He dropped it. England needed that luck. The luck that has hurt Bright's right foot. 2 runs for Jeff Lynch. Could be the one that changes the game, perhaps. It wasn't easy with the drizzle coming down. Alan Bright has taken better catches than that in the past.
England 61 for 7.
John Smith still changing them round. Wants 1 closer, 1 further back. And it's Joey Hyam. Smith to Hyam. Tucks it away. Nice shot. Good shot indeed by Hyam. 2 runs for that. Just a little touch, but cleverly placed. And a very useful 2. And England now just needing 13 with 4 men left.
England 63 for 7, still requiring 13 runs to win.
Carl Hughes to the pegs. England haven't won on Welsh soil since 1970 at Basleg, when they met what was only a Gwent side, but was in fact a full international. Carl Hughes. Now young Hughes must stay for the extras if he can. John Smith doesn't give away many extras.
Extra.
And that's 1. A worried man at the moment, John Smith, but quite capable of putting 4 back for 12. Carl Hughes hits high. He's got it away. It's 1 run. Some thought that Paul Gardner should have caught that. Very difficult to tell. Still a drizzle there. And England just 11 now. Now here's the man who can really change it. He's changed it every time he's been to the pegs. Steve Henney. Wales must know by now that Henney will look for a big shot. And he's hit them all round the park today. This is a vital one for Wales.
Bad.
John Smith having trouble with the ball. Not easy for the bowler in the wet. Steve Henney, the man they want.
Extra.
Another extra. Just 10 to get. Well, I suppose. No, very exciting finish indeed. Smith to Henney, 10 to get. Henney hits high again. He clears Gardner. He's got 2. He might even get 4. This is certainly the man of the match today. Steve Henney of England. He's on his way for 4 base. He gets 4 more fine runs. 6 to get for England. There's rejoicing in the English camp back on the bench. Henney goes round again for 4.
70.
England 70 for 7, only 6 runs required.
Lynch hits. Oh, he gets away with it. Well, they all counted. That could be 4 for Jeff Lynch. Even with a bad ankle, he'll really run it out. And Lynch, with his bad ankle as well, will race home. Did he touch 3 base? Yes, he did. He touched 4 as well. And just 1 to draw, 2 to 1 win. And Geoffrey Lynch just waited since 1979 for that. And there can't be many more exciting finishes than this for an England victory. But having seen John Smith for many years, I know he'll still be there for the last run. Smith to Hyam. Hyam pushes it away. It's the winning runs for Hyam. It's beaten the field. He needs to get to 2 base. Here he comes. He makes 2. He'll keep going. The score is counted. Joey Hyam will make it 4. Gives him 4 more runs in international baseball and a very famous English victory by 4 men holding. John Halliday, the English captain, many congratulations. Would you believe the first English win since 1938 at Cardiff?
Not really, no. Not the way things were going, but lads pulled through in the end. It was real good team effort, you know. So,
did you really think you were going to make it in the last innings?
Yes, truly, yes. I thought we had the batting in depth, the strength in depth in order to score 70 odd, so we weren't really truly worried about it.
Who were the big successes for you, John, in the English side?
Well, the young lads that came into the team, Carl Hughes played exceptionally well in the second innings, and Stephen Ennie, I think, really took the man of the match. For me, anyways, as a captain, he was brilliant, you know.
Yes, I thought he was really outstanding, John, but a fine win. Your best memory in perhaps in baseball so far?
One of them, yes. Yes, certainly, one of the best.
Thank you very much, and many congratulations,
Thank
John.
you. Thanks very much.
England's first victory for 44 years in Cardiff. 78 for 7 in the final innings. They win by 4 men holding. With the cup presented by Aubrey Jones of the Welsh Brewers to Captain John Halliday of England.